So let's start in child's pose. Take your time, set that up however you need. Michelle, I would say you can do it, just keep your legs really, really wide, right? So that you're not leaning on the spot. But as you set it up, maybe it's knees together, arms long in front or by your sides. Maybe it's knees wide, letting the body just get heavier, heavier. Where can you add more space in the body just through breath? Can you notice the low back, the outer hips? And then trace breath up the spine from there. Trying to allow inhales to help you lengthen, exhales to surrender a little more thoroughly. Maybe think decompress with an exhale. Hi, Beans. You're welcome to stay exactly as you are. If a side body stretch would feel good, start to walk your hands over to the left. Looking to root the right palm and draw the right hip crease back, opening up right side body. Maybe noticing that you can gently expand rib cage. Maybe think about lifting that lowest rib away from the top of your pelvis. Big breath in and out. Take your time to walk hands across the middle of the mat all the way over to the right to stretch out the left side body. And it doesn't need to be the same stretch, right? Just root the palm, draw the hip back, see what you find there. Big breath in and out. One more inhale. And then slowly work your way towards the center. Come on up, hands and knees, tabletop. And right away, start to move your spine with cats and cows, maybe dropping belly to lift your gaze. Exhale, coil round, press everything away. You're just moving back and forth between the two. If you find anything that needs a little more time or attention, always feel free to hang out on it. Invitation from here to start to open this up a little bit more organically. Feel that you can draw circles or take some sways side to side. And just notice if you take something very directly one way, can you mirror that the other way? And then pause in the middle, let an inhale, reach the right arm up, open up the shoulder. And then gently thread the right arm underneath the left. Come to the shoulder and the cheek setting down, walking the left hand forward. Maybe you press that palm to send hips back a little. Utilizing the body weight to gently open the rest of the body. Shoulder in particular, but can you also find this in low back, maybe in neck a little. Big breath in and out. Take your time, root the left hand under your shoulder, feel that right arm up. Reach it high if you want. One more twisting open. And then forward down, round in your spine. You can heavy your head here as you press the mat away. Lengthen spine, gently look forward. Send the left arm up, roll the shoulder open. And then thread the left arm underneath the right, coming to shoulder and cheek, gently setting down. Right hand can stay or walk forward. And you're welcome to press the hips back a little bit if that feels good to you. Breathe. Big breath in and out. Walk right hand back under your shoulder, root into the palm. Hands or knees, or lift that left arm back up, twisting open. And maybe forward and down, round, heavy the head. Lengthen spine, look forward, and just tuck the right toes here, reach through the heel, find a little pulse forward and back. As much movement as you like, or pressing back through the heel if that feels good in the calf. And you can stick with either one of those. If you want to add, you can step the right foot over to the left, peek over the shoulder, try to press that right hip wider. Take a big breath in. Let a big breath go. And lengthen spine, look forward. Go ahead and just tap the right knee down under the hip again. Switch sides, left toes tuck, find that pulse, just warming up. Sticking with movement or pausing to press through the heel. And eventually, if you want to, left foot steps over to the right, peek over your shoulder, find the heel and open up left side body. Breathe in and out. Good, lengthen, look forward, just set the knee down, drop the belly, lift your gaze. Spread fingers really well, tuck toes and send hips high, down dog. You can play with really bending the knees as you send belly towards thighs, and then maybe pedaling out foot by foot, heel pressing, and just kind of creating a little walking out of your dog. I really like letting my knees kind of cross the midline of my body, finding a little twist. I see that may feel good in your back. Maybe you roll forward plank pose. If you need something other than these wiggles, and just press back through the heels, keep knitting up and in through abdominals. Maybe a little pulse through the heels, forward, back. Then hips high, down dog. Eventually let hips settle still, and then start to walk the feet forward to your hands. Feet under hips are a little wider, hands touch opposite elbows, heavy your head, maybe a little rock side to side. Maybe weight shift side to side in your feet. You can move your hips around, notice what muscles of the legs need your attention. And eventually release the arms, start to slowly roll up through your spine. And arrives last. Couple of shoulder shrugs or circles as you arrive. Just feel being tall. Maybe swim arms behind you, interlace fingers, puff up your chest, squeeze shoulder blades. Good, and then try to keep that expansion of chest a little bit as you release your grip and let the arms naturally go. Heel to feet as close as you like for your flow. Let an inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. Exhale, surrender over your legs, fold. Inhale, lengthen, lift halfway. Plant your palms, step it back, plank pose. Take a nice deep inhale here, fill up, get long. And then exhale, lower your way, either one long line or tap your knees down. Inhale, open the heart, roll shoulders back. Tuck your toes, send your hips high, down dog. Big breath in and out. One more inhale and exhale. Let an inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees, peek forward, hopping or stepping top of your mat. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhale, reaching arms overhead. And exhale, prayer to heart center. We'll take two more like this. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, fold, surrender down. Inhale, lengthen, lift halfway. Plant your palms, hopping, stepping, moving with your breath. From plank pose, a big breath in. And exhale to lower. Inhale, heart through. Send hips high, down dog. Always taking your vinyasas at your own pace. You don't have to wait for me if you're in the flow of it. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees, peek forward, hopping or stepping top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reaching arms overhead. Exhale, prayer to your heart. Last time, inhale, reach high. Exhale, fold, surrender down. Lengthen, lift halfway. Plant your palms, step back, plank pose. Moving with your breath, let the exhale lower you. Inhale, heart through. Hips high, down dog. Breathing in. Breathing out. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees, peek forward, hopping or stepping top of your mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reaching arms overhead. And exhale, prayer to heart center. Take a big breath in. Side away. Good. Could stay at your heart, or arms could reach up and wide. Either way, heel to your feet just a little bit closer here. Feel that you can squeeze in towards that center line of body, right? Maybe it's thighs touching, maybe not. Sit low, Utkatasana, chair pose. Feel that you can shift weight back towards your heels, sit a little lower. And if you find that suspension of the hips back, weighted heels, you may be able to counterbalance by lifting your chest a little. Yeah, let it be playful. Take one more big breath in. And then exhale, fold long over your legs. Inhale, lengthen, prepare. Planting your palms, hopping, stepping back, moving with your breath. Take your time. Vinyasa or not, always up to you, right? Make it yours. And let each movement be fully supported by a piece of your breath. Down dog, let an inhale sweep the right leg up and back. Coil and knee to nose, rolling forward in plank. Inhale, reach high. Right knee, left elbow, cross squeeze. Inhale, reaching. Right knee, right elbow, cross squeeze. Inhale, reaching. Step the foot through between your hands, maybe a little closer to your right thumb. And then spin the left heel down, rise, warrior one. Good, breathe in. Let the pelvis settle a little lower. One more inhale. And then exhale, hands to your mat, sit back, plank pose. Vinyasa here if you like, or right to down dog. Using your exhale to get low. And inhale to open your heart. Exhale, hips high, down dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, left leg up and back. Coil in, knee to nose. Inhale, reach long. Left knee, right elbow, cross squeeze. Inhale, lifting. Left knee wide, find your left elbow. Inhale, lifting. Step the foot through between your hands. Pivot back, heel, rise, warrior one. Again, using the exhale to settle into your shape a little bit here. But feel its boundaries, right? Keep rooting the outer edge of the right foot. Press the left thigh wider. Breathe in. Exhale, hands down. Step back, plank, and then down dog or a flow, whichever you prefer. Move with your breath. Take your time. From down dog, breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees, peek forward, hop or step, top of your mat. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhale, reaching the arms overhead. And sit low, chair pose. Your way, thighs squeezing or wide. Shift weight back, sit a little lower, maybe prayer to your heart. Breathe in. Last time, sit low. Good, inhale here. Exhale, fold long over your legs. Lengthen, lift halfway. Press your palms to your shins and pause. Maybe heel toe your feet, hips distance here. And think about pressing your hands forward, lifting the sternum as you send the sitting bones back. Take a big breath in and out. And then extend your right arm forward. Reach through your fingertips, through your right sitting bone. Find length in right side body. Breathe in and out. And then set the right hand back on your shin. Extend the left arm long. Finding spaciousness. Keep knitting up and in through abdominals. If you want to play with both arms long, feel free. I want you to feel like someone's drawing back up your hips and almost like you're pulling someone's hands in front of you as well. And then soften your knees, scoop it all the way up. Good. Catch your right wrist in your left hand. Lean over to the left. Knees are soft here as you open up the right side body. If you want a little more, step the foot behind. Reach through the heel, press through the hip wide. Breathe in, breathe out. Feet wide, come back to center. Maybe come up to your tippy toes, stretch as long as you can. And then settle into the heels, soften your knees, take it over to the right, stretch out left side body. Let it be rib cage centric, right? You're pressing wide. And then maybe left foot steps behind, root through the heel, press through the hip. Like you could peel low rib from top of pelvis. Breathe in. And out. Come center, tippy toes one more time, just stretch. And then fold long over your legs, let it go. Good, lengthen, lift halfway. Try to find that same sensation without having to use the arms. You can always add the arms if that felt useful. And then plant the palms, step back, plank pose, vinyasa or not, totally up to you. We meet in down dog, taking a big breath in. Letting a big breath go. Inhale, right leg high. Coil in, knee to nose. Inhale, reach it up. Right foot steps through between your hands. Pivot back heel, we're back in warrior one. Feel that sinking pelvis, and you can stay here. You can keep arms wide, or you can interlace fingers behind your back. Let an inhale puff up your chest. Root the feet as you exhale, bow down. Devotional warrior torso, heavy head, heavy breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, reach up. Pick up the back heel and bring your hands to your hips. Lengthen the legs. And then gently hop the left foot in a little bit here, pyramid pose. Think about drawing the right hip crease back and then hinge your pelvis. Start to fold down your leg. Maybe even walk the hands gently down the leg. Get longer and longer as you go. Fingertips to your shin, the floor, blocks, whatever's handy. Maybe heavier head, tucking the chin into the chest a little bit. Shake head yes, shake head no. And imagine if we just added 5 pounds of weight there. Where could you get longer? Breathe in. And out. Good, lengthen spine, look forward. Step your left foot behind your right foot, crossing at the ankles, forward fold. Soften your knees a little bit here. Think about sticking your sitting bones up as you fold the body down, heavier head. Breathe in. And out. Lengthen a little here. Step the left foot onto your left hip. Bend the left knee and expand the right side body. So right arm up, big twist to the right. Think about really getting sassy through that right hip. Press it back, back, back. Good, and then exhale, fold. Roll up through your spine. When you get to the top, bring the left knee up. Cross the left ankle over the right thigh, figure 4. Sit back. Prayer to your heart. Think thumbs hook, sternum, shift weight back, sit a little lower. You're welcome to stay tall here. You can start to hinge a little at the hips, forearms to your shin, or fingertips to the floor, blocks. Wiggle it or keep it still, up to you. And if it feels natural, you can really flex the left foot here, kind of wrapping foot around the back of the arm. Just snuggles the shape in a little bit. Breathe in and out. Take your time, lift the body just enough you can sneak that left foot back, low lunge. And then tap the left knee down, walk the hands up to your right thigh. Little wiggle here in the pelvis. Eventually, find a little depth in the hips, but not if it's gripping in the low back. And you may stay with palms pressing on the thigh, right? Kind of redistributing the work. Right hand can stay, left arm can reach up. Get long, long, long. And maybe you lean it over to the right. Breathe in. Breathe out. Take your time, find center, left fingertips reach. Keep the shape or add the right arm reaching. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more inhale. And then exhale, hands to the floor. Lengthen your right leg here, half split. And you may take a little movement of transition here, leg long and then knee bending. You could bring hands onto blocks or even up to your hips if that's useful. And eventually you'll land with the right leg nice and long. Maybe scoot your right heel forward a little bit. Take an inhale, lengthen the chest forward. And then exhale, gently fold. Teeny bit, lot of bit. Maybe tuck your chin, lengthen the back of your neck, breathe. Big breath in. And out. Good, start to lift the torso, lift the gaze. Fan the toes over to the right, and that may be plenty to start to tap into your IT band. Maybe right hand walks back and left hand starts to walk towards right. And if you do this enough, like you're twisting the body back, notice that you can feel it in your left rib cage, left side body, right? Even though right leg may take most of your attention. How can you work an opposite? And then start to slowly find your way back to center. Shift your weight into your right foot, plant your palms, tuck left toes, and step back, down dog. Big breath in. And out. You stay or you flow, rolling forward plank. Take your time, lower your way. Inhale, heart through. Hips high, down dog. Inhaling left leg up and back. Coil in, knee to nose. Inhale, reach it high. Left foot steps through between your hands. Pivot back heel and we rise, warrior one. And you're welcome to stay lifted, just feeling kind of that lowering of the pelvis and lifting of the upper body. You could keep arms wide for devotional warrior or interlace fingers for devotional warrior, but torso gets heavy, head gets heavy here. Rooting the feet, see if you can draw the left hip back just a touch. Breathe in and out. Root to rise, warrior one. Pick up your right heel, turn it into high lunge. Bring your hands to your hips and really root the left foot as you lengthen the leg. Yeah, so a little strengthening balance there. And then start to walk the right foot in so both heels work for your pyramid pose. Yeah, pelvis shifts to face forward, puff up the chest. And then hinge your hips here, spill the body over the left leg. And you can kind of just walk hands down and pause anywhere along that journey. Hands can be on blocks, fingertips can find the floor. You can wiggle hips if that's useful in finding the left hip crease, drawing back, the right hip forward. And then heavy body, heavy head. And imagine if the head just got even heavier here. Where could you lengthen and breathe? Big inhale. And exhale. Lengthen, peek forward. And then right foot behind the left here, cross-ankled forward fold. Soften your knees so that you can shift sitting bones higher. Weight forward a little bit here as you heavy the head, heavy the body. You can shift it a weight around in your legs if that feels good. Breathing, breathing. One more inhale. And exhale. And then uncross the feet, step the right foot under the right hip, bend the right knee and peel open the left side as you bring the left arm up. Again, sassy left hip crease, drawing way, way, way back. Lowest rib away from your left hip. Breathe in. And then exhale, left hand down, roll up slow. Spinal stuff. Good. And then weight in your left foot as you bring your right knee in. Cross the ankle over, figure four, to your heart. Think thumbs, hook, sternum, shift your weight back. Find that little catch of also sitting really low here. Like kind of counterbalance, right? Maybe you stay tall, maybe you start to fold. Just as low as feels good in this side. And if you want to activate that right foot, kind of wrap it around the left arm, it reminds you to coil in towards the middle for balance. Breathing in. And out. One more inhale. And let that go. Start to lift the hands, sneak that right leg back, low lunge, big step. Yeah, really nice transition. Set your right knee down and climb the hands to the left thigh. Wiggle of hips here. Good. Again, notice that if you use your arms to press, it kind of stacks and shares the effort. Yeah, so it doesn't just live in your low back or your left hip. Settle into a little bit of a pelvis hip opening. Keep rooting left hand, reach the right arm up. So we root and we rise. And then maybe we lean over to the left, opening up the right side of the body. Breathe in and out. Take your time, slowly come up. Maybe left fingertips rise, 2, breathe. And as you're ready, fingertips find the floor, lengthen the left leg. And there may be some transition time between bending the knee and lengthening. Take as much time as you like. Eventually left leg long, maybe heel scoots forward a little bit. And then the movement can start to be the upper body, maybe pulsing to fold and then lift. Eventually find a little bit of stillness, tuck your chin, and breathe. You can think about flexing the foot to activate, sneak the left hip back a little bit, think femur into socket to activate. All the while filling it with breath. You're welcome to stay if you want more time here, or lift the chest a little bit. Fan the toes over to the left. So already IT band stuff, yeah. Maybe left hand walks towards your left hip, right hand crosses to the left side of your mat. You may start to feel right away a little pull in right side body. And if you really cheat the right rib cage wide as you peek towards your back toes, you'll feel both the left IT band and the right side. Breathe in and out. Start to turn the body forward. Shift weight to the left foot, plant your palms, and step right back down dog. You can stay, you could take a child's pose, you could flow. Rolling forward, exhaling to lower. Inhale, heart through. And let's all press our hips back, child's pose. Knees nice and wide here. And maybe that feels good. Maybe there's already some like melting of the low back here. If you want a little bit more of a heart opener, shoulder opener, come up to hands and knees. You're welcome to keep toes touching there if that feels comfortable. And you'll walk the hands forward for a puppy dog pose. Letting the chest drop, the forehead drop. And hands don't need to necessarily be in line with shoulders. They can be as wide as is comfortable here. But feel that you're creating a little hammock at the back of the heart. And see if you can send lots and lots of breath there. Good. Take your time, sit on the heels for a moment, walk hands into your body. And then just cat-cow the spine here for a moment. Really playing with our backs today. Michelle, you may want to bring your fingertips to the floor. They could just hover so you're not rubbing your tattoo. Good. And then shift weight around. If you have something to sit on, go ahead and prop the hips up. Just do a little neck and shoulders here today. I know, middle of class, sequencing faux pas. I don't care. Chin to your chest, head heavy. And just drop in. And maybe that turns into chin a little side to side tracing collarbones. Feel what it's like to be chin led instead of like back of the skull led. That makes no sense to switch your vision to the back of your head and move your head, right? A little more particular to let the chin be your rocking point. And then you can keep the head heavy, just let it roll so that the right ear is hovering over the right shoulder. Good. That may feel like plenty, but if you want to, you can always stack the right hand on top. Take a big breath in. Let a big breath go. Gently spin your chin into your chest. Look down towards your hip and bring the hand to your back of your head. Think about the weight of the hand, the weight of the head, opening up the cervical spine. And you may want to gently reach the left arm away and just from the wrist, kind of turn the water on, turn the water off. Good. And then lift the head. Keep that right hand. Spread your fingers. Press your head into your hand like it was the wall behind you. Spread the elbows wider. And notice if the low back takes over. Can you knit in abdominals? Think about ribs wrapping a little. And you have one long lever. Press back. And then right elbow up. Get long through your right side body. Maybe left fingertips can reach the floor there. If not, your hip is a great option. Yeah. Again, think it leads with the ribs, right? Press wide and then up through your elbow. Good. And we'll take these little wing wraps here. So look down at your left hip. Head and hand get heavy. And then keep the angle. Elbow points to the ceiling as you lift up. So do it a few more times. Again, rib cage led, right? Can you feel that pulling perhaps on the spine, on the right side? Maybe it gets a little crunchy on the left. Do one more. Pick up the body, reach the right arm out. Swing both arms behind you, interlace fingers, puff up your chest, let it come from your shoulders, not your low back. Breathe. And then let it go. Hands find your knees around, heavy your head. Maybe cat-cowing there or circles if that feels natural in this moment. Sit up nice and tall, drop your chin to your chest. Tiny movement, chin led. Maybe like you're gonna paint your collarbones a color. And then head heavy, keep it at an angle, just roll the left ear over the left shoulder. Maybe planty, maybe you stack a hand. Breathe, breathe. Good, chin in towards your chest. Like you're gonna look down at your left hip, hand to the back of your head, tuck your chin. Breathe in. And out. Maybe extend that right arm again, just from the wrist, turn the water on, turn the water off. Feel the difference adding that long line makes. Good, and then pick the head up, keep the left hand, spread the fingers wide, let it be your wall. Press your head into your hands, but again, full length of your torso pressing back, right? So don't stick out your belly and do it with your middle. Can you knit in and do it full back body? Very good. And then elbow points up towards the ceiling. Fingertips can find the floor or your hip if it feels different on this side. Rib cage led, press wide. Thoracic spine getting a lot of love today. Good, keep pressing up, up, up. And then go ahead and coil around, look towards your right hip. Press head and elbow high. 2 more times, feel that coil wrap, look down. And sit back up. 1 more, if you took another one in the other side, feel free. And eventually sit up nice and tall, stretch the left arm out. Swim arms behind you, interlace fingers, puff up the chest. Let it be shoulders, not low back, right? If it feels good to heavy the chin, heavy the chin. If it feels good to lift the gaze, lift the gaze. Good, and then hands on your knees, just round and heavy your head for 1 more moment. And then take your time, hands and knees, and then down dog. Hanging out, pedaling out, or vinyasa here, rolling forward, plank pose. Exhaling to lower. Inhale, heart through. Hips high, down dog. Inhale, right leg up and back. Coil in, knee to nose. Inhale, reach high. Right foot steps through between your hands. Spin back heel down and rise, warrior 2. So cartwheel arms open here. Take 1 inhale, lengthen the front leg, reach up. Exhale, bend the knee, press down. Forward, back, peaceful. Right forearm, right thigh, left arm reaches up and over your ear, big long line. And if you want to, bring the hand behind your head, find that pressure of the head into the hand, shoulder work. Feel that as the elbow works up and the armpit opens, you're also pulling away from the left hip. Take a big breath in. Let a big breath go. Good. Hand reaches back, sweeps you up, peaceful. Hands cartwheel in, frame your front foot, low lunge. And then awaiting your right foot, turn it into standing split. Kick your left heel high. And it may start with hips closed, right? Really reaching through heel and inner arch. Maybe then you roll the hip open. And you can play with bringing arms long by your sides, fallen tree if you like. Or catching the ankle. You can bring a little prayer inside your knee. Whatever's fun. And then take your time, maybe no hands, draw the left knee to your nose, come all the way up. Yes, yes, yes. Once again, figure 4, ankle over thigh, bend your knee, squat low. So prayer stays active at your heart, and maybe you hinge the same way we took before. If you'd like to play with a twist, start to turn the body towards the right. And it could be left elbow finds the arch of the foot. It may be left wrist finds the arch of the foot and you open your arms. Good. Play. Nice, Michelle. Good coming back. Beautiful. And then fold, let it go. Big breath in. Big breath out. Lift just enough to release the left leg. Sneak it back, low lunge. This time, peel the right arm up, big twist. And then right hand comes down inside the right foot for lizard. So heel toe that right foot nice and wide. You can wiggle in the pelvis a little here. Tap the left knee down, untuck the toes. And you're welcome to stay lifted, maybe coming to fist, drawing the heart forward. I've been playing with a variation with toes and knee turning towards the right corner, but it moves the femur kind of at the angle of our female pelvis, right? So your pelvis will be able to go further forward. So if that feels good in your body, go for it. If you like the container of the closed hip, just point forward, you squeeze. Up to you. Really good. Just a few more breaths here. Take a deep breath in. Let a deep breath go. Good. Come on up to your palms if you're not there yet. Close the toes. Tuck the left toes, lift the knee, and step the left foot outside the left hand, Malasana. So toes can shoot out wide a little here. Back of arms are helping to spread thighs wide, so think external rotation. Think scooping pelvic floor away from floor. Yeah, maybe draw shoulder blades back as you spread collarbones. Breathe in. And out. Good. And then lengthen your legs, fold forward. Toes turn in a little bit here and kind of just pedal out one side and then the other. Like a really narrow Skandasana. When you're ready, heel toe feet under hips or closer. Inhale, lengthen, lift halfway. Planting palms, hopping, stepping, moving with your breath. Vinyasa or not, totally up to you. Hips come high, down dog, breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale the left leg high. Coil in, knee to nose. Inhale, reach it up. Left foot steps through between your hands. Pivot back heel and cartwheel arms open, warrior two. Just once, lengthen, scoop it up. Exhale, bend the knee, press down. Forward and back, peaceful. Left forearm, left thigh, right arm reaches up and over your ear. Big, long line. Again, if it felt good in the shoulder to activate it, bend the elbow, bring the hand behind your head. Press the head into the hands. Feel the armpit spreading out. Feel the right rib cage drawing away from the right hip. Breathe. One more inhale. And exhale. Reach the right arm up, let it tip you back. Peaceful warrior. Hands cartwheel and frame the front foot, low lunge. Weight in that left foot, kick the right foot high, standing split. And maybe it starts with really closed hips here. You could always roll the right hip open if you like, maybe pointing toes. You could play with, again, a little prayer inside your knee, crashing the ankle, arms long by your sides, really fiery fingertips if you're taking fallen tree. Breathe in. Breathe out. Hands or no hands, coil that right knee into your chest. Very good. Right ankle over your left thigh. Find that figure four, sit low. You decide whether you want to stay tall, fold down the middle, or take a twist to the left. Maybe it's elbow finding arch. Maybe it's forearm or wrist or back of hand. You take up as much space as you like. Yes, very, very good. Breathe in and out. Take your time, fold through the middle if you haven't had a chance yet. And then sneak your right foot back, low lunge. Rooting into right fingertips or palms, and the left hand up, twisting. Lifting from that right quadricep. Breathe in. And then exhale, left hand inside your left foot. Maybe heel to the left foot even wider. Take a little wiggle, hips forward, back. And knee sets down for lizard. Untucking toes, maybe coming up to fists or lowering to forearms. If you're playing with the variation today, it's toes and knee pointing towards the left corner of your mat, kind of opening the angle of the pelvis so that there's more space to surrender body forward through the leg. Beans. Beans is a kitty cat. I'm not just yelling beans. Big yoga snack. Those kitty toes. Breathe. Good. Take your time. Climb back up to your palms. Go ahead and close the left toes a little here so you can tuck the back toes, lift the right knee. So more structure. And then right foot steps outside the right hand. One more time. Keep the toes wide, bend the knees, squat low, malasana. Think about lifting your heart. So if you can lift the pelvis and make your spine longer here, go for it. I know it's not easy. Scoop. Good. And then exhale, fold over your legs. Maybe heel to feet, one footprint wider. And again, take knee bending side to side, like lengthening side to side. Go ahead and walk the feet to meet or under hips. Lengthen and prepare. Planting palms, hopping, stepping, moving with your breath. Vinyasa or not, totally up to you. We meet in down dog. Such good work, yogis. Take a big breath in. Let a big breath go. Inhale the right leg up and back. And then bring the right knee to rest behind the right wrist, pigeon pose. Set it down nice and wide, let the ankle land neutrally, and scoot the left leg back. Maybe walk fingertips in towards your body, lift your heart, your gaze. And then fold down. Forearms, maybe chest or forehead supported, pillows, blocks, whatever you have at home. Maybe forehead resting on the forearms. Letting the spine get nice and long as you go lower. Notice where perhaps the body grips a little more naturally in this shape, and where you can invite some spaciousness, right? And that may mean the shape needs to change a little bit, right? Angle of knee or ankle, a little more weight in the left thigh, perhaps. And just give yourself the time and awareness and attention to make tiny detail changes like that. So that head to toe, you can start to find a little bit more surrender. Never shooting for perfect, right? Just practicing real body awareness in your shapes, not just being in them to be in them. Take a big breath in and let it go. Take your time, slowly walking hands into your body. And you'll press all the way back to down dog. If that doesn't feel right today, maybe hands and knees instead. Vinyasa here if you want it, maybe even three-legged if you want it. You could always flip the dog if that's playful for your practice. Take as much time as you need in neutral before coming to the other side. Whenever you're ready for it, lift the left leg up and send the left knee to the left wrist, nice and wide. Ankle lands more neutrally. Right knee can settle and scoot back. Yeah, good. And lowering the body any amount that feels correct here. Again, give yourself a little mind's eye tour of the shape, what needs to change so that it can shift a little bit. And change doesn't mean that it's wrong in your setup, right? Just that perhaps with a little look, you could go deeper or adjust to make it even better for you in this moment in time. It's very easy to get into habit with our shapes, especially some of our winding down shapes, I find. So letting it be new in a way each time. Nice deep breath in and out. Take your time, walk your hands in. Slowly, lovingly find your way back, down dog split, whatever you like. Moving with your breath, one more vinyasa if you want it. Maybe three-legged, flip your dog if you took that on the other side. Good, and then we'll meet in a comfortable seat. Maybe that's through child's pose. Good. And then go ahead and stretch the legs out long in front of you. Just give them a little wiggle. And you decide whether you want to soften knees here, sit up tall, fold long over your legs. Or if it would feel good to bring the soles of the feet to meet nice and far away from your body, round through the spine and heavy to head. Just taking a few breaths here. Big breath in and out. Take your time, slowly roll up. Go ahead and close the knees or step the feet in here. Come up to your tippy toes and lean back, and you can hold the shins here, just Navasana-esque shape as you knit in through the abdominals. You can release your grip and reach arms forward. You can also reach arms over your head, finding that long line of fingertips reaching, torso lifting, and a little more rooting down. And if you're reaching arms above your head, maybe play with digging your heels into the mat. Can you lean back a little further? Good, breathe in. And then exhale, catch your knees. We all find our way down to our backs. And drawing circles. We're just hugging these in for a few moments. Eventually setting feet down, reaching for your heels with your fingertips, and rooting to the feet to lift the pelvis, the low back away from the floor, bridge pose. Big breath in And exhale to lower. When low back finds the mat nice and heavy, you can flex feet up towards the ceiling. Maybe just kind of wiggle your toes, draw circles with your ankles, point flex. You can find more movement of the legs if that feels good. And feel free to keep the knees bent here. Good. Eventually bend your knees. Think a knee for each armpit. Hugging nice and wide as you smoosh down on the shins. Maybe a little rock side to side. You're welcome to catch the outer edges of the feet here for happy baby. And then take your time, bring your feet to the mat, windshield wiping knees side to side. And doing that for as long as it serves, right? It might feel really good to find this opening hip to hip. Low back to low back. Eventually, legs fall over to the left so you can gently twist to the right. Maybe keeping one hand on ribcage, one hand on thigh as the head falls right. Or cactus elbows here. Seeing where you can get even heavier into the earth. Big breath in and out. Take your time, slowly come through center. As much time in the middle here, neutral as you need, maybe circles, maybe stillness. And then legs gently over to the other side. Again, hands on body, your elbows wide. Shift the gaze and just get heavier. Big breath in here. And let it go. Slowly find center, hugging knees in one more time. Maybe a big squeeze or circles. And as you're ready to do so, let the body stretch out nice and long, Shavasana. And maybe you stick with long legs, arms by your sides. If it would feel good to bring support underneath the knees or the back of the neck, feel free to take a blanket over the body or change the shape. Maybe rolling to one side here. You can also bring feet together, Supta Baddha Konasana, knees wide, whatever you like. But as you find it, maybe take one more great big breath in through your nose. Open the mouth and sigh. Settling in to soak up benefits of your practice. I can hardly imagine it as I walk to the lighthouse, feeling the ancient prayer of my arms swinging in counterpoint to my feet. Here I am, suspended between the sidewalk and twilight, the sky dimming so fast it seems alive. What if you felt the invisible tug between you and everything? A boy on a bicycle rides by, his white shirt open, flaring behind him like wings. It's a hard time to be human. We know too much and too little. Does the breeze need us? The cliffs, the gulls? If you manage to do one good thing, the ocean doesn't care. But when Newton's apple fell towards the earth, ever so slightly, fell towards the apple. Beginning to deepen your breath. Inviting tiny movements back to your body. That may include stretching arms long overhead as you lengthen the legs. Maybe bending the knees and rolling over to one side. Take your time, slowly come up to a comfortable seat. Just take the opportunity to sit tall in your body, lengthening from crown, heavying chin a little. Maybe lean back. Hands can stay in your lap, come to prayer, or to cross over your heart. Take a great big breath in. Sigh it away. Take a moment to thank yourself for making time for your practice. And I thank you so much for sharing your practice with me and with each other. We'll bow forward to seal. Namaste.